Hey YouTube, so I'm just going to show you the 2016 Cometa made by CPF Italia, or part of BLF forum. So there's been some reports of a few issues with this light. Mine's come in a good condition. Quite happy with it. It's worked out of the box. Have a slight problem with some mode changes, but that's sorted itself. So I'll just show you inside the light. I'll turn him on. So everything works as it should do. Really nice to watch. Threads are a bit loose there, but not too bad. Okay, alright, let's take him apart. So, tail cap off. That's the inside of the tail cap. And there's actually a dual spring in there, it's quite soft. I don't know if you'll pick that up or not. Okay, and well, we'll look at this in a second. I'm using a King Kong cell, and he works fine. I think if you can see, the positive terminal is protected by this bit of wrapping around here, and he is actually recessed from the top. So next off, you can take the lens retainer off if you wish. So just unscrew it in. Should do it that way. The lens will be held down then, so the lens stays in there. Once you're at this point, then focus the torch in, and you'll come off the back of it there. Okay, then you've got this aluminium ring around the LED. You unscrew. And there you can see my first modification. That is just some insulating tape over the solder blobs. So the LED wire comes up here. I've just stuck some insulating tape on there. Okay, works perfectly. Just stops any contact. Once you're at that point, you can then just grab something in my hand. I'm in the middle of a move at the minute, so forgive the random setup. So get those pliers in those holes, give them a turn. I have to just do that off camera because he's a bit tight. Okay, and then that'll unscrew all the way. Okay, so here you've got the pill, and when you take yours out, you'll see that this ring is exposed here. So all I've done is use some Gorilla Tape. I'll just put a big wedge of Gorilla Tape. Note that it says not electrical tape on the inside. Just put that over, and that will prevent it contacting, but the Kong won't anyway. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this one. I don't think the Kong would, even without that tape there. If you've got the keep power, then they're slightly wider and the positive terminal sits proud. So I think potentially you could short onto the edge there. And I think the danger is probably worse with a 18650 if it's loose in the tube. Focus. Okay, because it could touch there and onto the side. That's an LG cell. So probably better off with something like this. This one's a Sennable. I've just grabbed some random cells I had. So a proper button top like that. And if he moves around, he won't short, I don't think. But it's worthwhile putting this on. You could use more insulating tape if you wanted, or some Captain tape, but I'm not sure how many people have got that, so up to you. I think the Gorilla tape will be fine. So I'll just put them back together, and we'll go from there, see if he works still. Okay, so we're just going to basically do the reverse of what we did to take them apart. So screw them back in. It's worth noting, when I first did this there was some swarf from the thread cutting in there, so just clean them out of a tissue, clean them out. This is far easier when you're not doing it on camera. Okay, that's it. Once the retaining ring's down, there's going to be no movement in there, I don't think, so it should be fine. Screw him back on. Okay, so back over the rear. Him on. And lens. Okay, he's nice and snug. And pop the Kong in. Now if you want, just do a tail cap reading. You don't need to use a fluke, or you can use a clamp if you want, but we're not trying to get a massive reading, we're just going to try and prove. I'm just going to use this ISO Tech because he's already set up. So just a usual tail cap reading, just to show you've not got a short there. Okay, so we've got 3 amps. My hand wasn't in the way, you'd see that. As you tap it, obviously you're going through the mode to the light. But you can see we've not had a massive spike. The meter hasn't gone to overload or pop the fuse. So we're all good really. Chuck the tail cap back on. That's illuminated. And it works great. There you go guys. Thanks for watching.